The Los Angeles Dodgers are your 2025 world champions. Fresh off a 2024 title, Los Angeles celebrated a banner year for the second season in a row, becoming the first team to go back-to-back since the Yankees won 3 straight from 1998 to 2000. Following the significant offseason signings of Blake Snell, Roki Sasaki, and Tanner Scott, while also re-signing Teoscar Hernandez, Los Angeles put themselves in great position to contend for another World Series crown. The Dodgers took care of the National League with ease. They went a collective 9-1 against the Cincinnati Reds, Philadelphia Phillies, and Milwaukee Brewers to get to the Fall Classic. But the American League champions would not go down without a fight. Toronto put up a 9-run 6th inning in Game 1 en route to an 11-4 rout. Behind Yoshinobu Yamamoto, the Dodgers would have to fight back in Game 2.
32 years between World Series games here in Toronto, but was it ever worth the wait? The Blue Jays with one of the biggest innings in World Series history last night in Game 1 to win the opener, and the fans have packed the Rogers Center again, hoping for more tonight here in Game 2.
And it brings up Freddie Freeman. Here's a guy the Dodgers are trying to get going. 0 for 3 yesterday, just 2 for 14 in this postseason. Only 1 run batted in. He drove himself in a home run in Milwaukee. Half of the pitches in this inning coming to him. This is the 8th. Hooks it down the line. He went down to get a splitter and popped it into the corner for extra bases. Freddie Freeman with a 2-out double.
As Freddie Freeman wins the battle against Gossman, a 2-out stand-up double.
And a chance for Will Smith. Knocked in a run yesterday. 389 over a 5-game hitting streak. Up the middle, base hit center field, and the Dodgers with 2 out in the first inning get on the board. A double from Freeman, a single from Smith, and it's 1-0. Quickly off of the deck after they got beaten down in Game 1. They're at it again. First and third, nobody out. 2 more hits yesterday for Vladimir Guerrero Jr. 3 times as many extra base hits in these playoffs as he has strikeouts. Curve gets him swinging. Just the 4th strikeout of the playoffs of Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
So you get foul ball after foul ball on the splitter and the sinker. And then you come in with a curveball, the first one of the night, and that was a dandy.
Alejandro Kirk 3 for 3 with a home run and a walk in Game 1. Here's a 2-1 pitch. To first and caught by Freeman on the fly. Both runners back to the bag. 2 out. And a chance for Yamamoto to get out of this unscathed. Yamamoto's a strike away from getting out of this inning that was 1st and 3rd, nobody out without a run. There it goes. It's a curve that falls in for strike 3. And Varsho, like a house by the side of the road, watches it. And the Jays watch a scoring opportunity in this first inning slip through their fingertips. This has the kind of feel to it that it'd be one swing to decide it. The 3-2. High drive deep to left field. It's Smith with a big swing into the second deck. He's given the Dodgers the lead in the 7th. His first extra base hit of the postseason couldn't have come at a better time for LA. Any bit of fire and emotion you've got hidden under there is going to come to the surface in October. 2 out, Max Muncy.
On a 2-2, Muncy swings and pushes a high fly ball. Left field carrying back. Does it have enough? This ball is gone! The second blast of the 7th inning, and the Dodgers have doubled their lead.
Right now, the story, the Dodgers trying to get this series back to LA. Dodgers get 2 against the pen in the 8th, and Yoshinobu Yamamoto has retired 14 in a row. Could he be headed for yet another complete game?
The 1-2 pitch. He got him swinging. Struck him out with the curve.
Curveball since the first inning has really been, I think, helping to be a game changer. Can't just sit on the fastball, can't just sit on the splitter.
Strikes out Springer with a fastball. That thing blazing to the top of the zone. Yamamoto's 7th.
He has taken a great offense, maybe not early on, but since then just put him away.
It's 1-2 to Lucas. Is a fastball to the knees to get him looking. He strikes out the side in the 8th. What a performance. Yoshinobu Yamamoto take a bow in Game 2. The Dodgers 5, the Jays 1. LA's 3 outs away from tying this series up. Something special brewing here for Yoshinobu Yamamoto, trying to join the likes of Oral Hershiser to deal back-to-back complete game wins in the postseason. You got to go back to that 1988 epic run from Oral to find the last guy that has done what Yamamoto's trying to do in a Dodger uniform. Curve off the end of the bat. Freeman to first, one away in the ninth.
When you get awkward swings from Vladimir Guerrero Jr., that'll tell you that this guy is really, really good on the mound.
Kirk sends a line drive to center field. Justin Dean is there. 2 gone in the ninth. Well, I've mentioned it several times. It would have been almost a decade since anybody had pitched a complete game in the postseason. Yamamoto an out away from doing it back-to-back starts. Standing out like a beautiful sore thumb. The 1-2 pitch. Popped up. Left side. Yamamoto goes the distance again. World Series mastery. Yoshinobu Yamamoto has thrown a complete game, retiring the final 20 that he faces.
The Dodgers even this best-of-7 series, 1 game apiece.
Coming up, post-game analysis on Yoshinobu Yamamoto's dominant Game 2 performance. Plus, we'll dive into a historic Game 3. That and more when Path to the Championship returns.
Path to the Pennant is presented by Extreme Networks, the official Wi-Fi solutions provider of MLB.
Welcome back to Path to the Championship, presented by Extreme Networks.
Yoshinobu Yamamoto, what does he have for an encore?
Good luck trying to eliminate one of these pitches.
Curve gets him swinging.
And it is strike 3, 97 at the knees. And how about that from Yamamoto? Nobody out, nobody scores.
He's in rhythm, and there's no stress.
Curve gets him to wave and miss.
He got him swinging.
He strikes out the side in the 8th.
Yamamoto is an out away.
Yamamoto, World Series mastery.
Complete and utter dominance yet again.
Yoshinobu, when you have command of all your pitches like that, what does that feel like to be able to work your way through this lineup?
今日あれだけコントロールが良かった、良くて投げれたというところはこのゲームでどういうふうに良かったですか？
初回ちょっと力みがありましたけど、そこからリラックスして、高さだったりコース、ピッチングの基本の部分を大事に投げていけたと思います。
Early on, especially the first inning, I was kind of throwing with unnecessary tension, but I adjusted that, and then I was able to execute my pitches.
What conversations did Dave and the coaching staff have with you late in the game about how you were feeling and whether or not you would be able to complete this one?
後半の方にゲームイニング間、コーチたちと後半の方でどういう話をされてましたか？後半。
ずっと配球の話、次のバッターの話をしてただけです。
We were just talking about the pitch sequence and then what we want to throw. Just like a planning against the coming up lineup.
Lastly, it's been 24 years since a pitcher had back-to-back complete games in the postseason. What does that mean to you?
この24年間で、ポストシーズンで、2回続けて完投できたんですけども、そこはどう思いますか？
本当に嬉しいですし、またこういう活躍ができるように頑張りたいです。
I'm very happy, and then I'd like to do this again and contribute to the team.
Congratulations, Yoshinobu.
Thank you.
It's amazing. I don't have words. I just enjoy it. I just gotta enjoy it and just be happy he's on our team.
First and third, nobody out with Vladdy up, and somehow manages to pitch himself out of that and then keep his pitch count down. We had an error in the second inning. He had traffic, guys on base. First 3 innings, got out all of that. So he did everything tonight. It was amazing. This team's really good hitting team, so it was amazing.
Outstanding, uber competitive, special. He was just locked in tonight. It was one of those things he said before the series, losing is not an option, and he had that look tonight.
I do think it's kind of like Blake, too. Like, Blake can read hitters and see how they're swinging at certain pitches, and then you just go to that and go to his strength. He was landing his splitter on 0-0 counts. He was able to, as the game got on, that curveball just became more of a strike pitch, too, early on. And he would flash the heater up and in to righties and two-seamers in. And then it was like, there was one time he called back-to-back sliders. I was like, what? He's got that thing, too? And there's a reason the Dodgers wanted him so bad a couple of years ago, and I'm glad we did.
How about this? Most consecutive batters retired in Dodgers World Series history, 20 straight dudes. He sets down. We're talking Carl Erskine back in 1952, Game 5 against the New York Yankees. That's just how good Yamamoto is. You hear that sometimes when it comes to starting pitchers. You better get them early or you're not going to get them at all. We're now at the big desk here. CY joined by Al Leiter, our big lefty, of course, a 3-time World Series champion. Al, listen, as a great starting pitcher, which you were, a big game pitcher, you see a game like tonight, you can appreciate the artistry with which Yamamoto is working.
No question. And really, almost a little bit of what we experienced last night. It was in the 6th inning. I know the Blue Jays blew it open, but you look at this game and obviously what transpired in that 7th inning with the 2 solo jacks. But Yamamoto, for me, this was a master class. If you're watching pitching, and I'm going to dig a little deeper here, but this was a situation where, yes, he got in some trouble early on, and he was able to work himself out of this 1st inning. I mean, massive. The curveball, the velocity difference between his fastball and that 95-96 range to those slow hooks right there, Varsho and Guerrero. I mean, it was nasty, and it showed a lot about what he was in that moment. And then what it was, guys, he settled down between the 2 different fastballs, the sinker and the 4-seamer. Curveball, I love it because of how much slower it is. He was able to get these hitters. Up until late in the game, he didn't have a whole lot of strikeouts. Did strike out the side in the 8th inning. You got a situation here with the ability for him to have multiple pitches at multiple speeds on a very good lineup, folks. This is a team that has excellent contact rate, and they don't have a whole lot of swing and miss. He ended up showing why he is a big game pitcher, and he has. We know his previous start. We talked about it with Snell, about the long wait and the rest. Didn't affect him. Maybe you'd say that in the 1st inning with the 23 pitches. He settled down, a complete game, 1 run, reminiscent of what he did against the Brewers in the LCS.
Now, when you talk about just a guy like this, consecutive complete games, you're bringing up one of the great big game pitchers ever, Curt Schilling, who had 3 complete games back in 2001.
Themselves in an early 1-0 deficit in the series, the Dodgers punch back in Game 2. Coming up, highlights from an epic 18-inning dogfight in Game 3 as we step aside on Path to the Championship. Welcome back to Path to the Championship, presented by Extreme Networks. Game 3 of the 2018 World Series between the Dodgers and the Red Sox was a 7-hour and 20-minute marathon that lasted 18 innings, the likes of which we had never seen before. 7 years later, also at Dodgers Stadium, we again have the joy of witnessing an epic Game 3.
5th World Series start tonight, and it's a treat for all of us that we get to watch Mad Max in World Series theater.
They give up 19 home runs in the 17 starts during the regular season.
And here's a Dodger who really needs to find it fast. Teoscar Hernandez. He is 0 for 7 in this World Series. He has struck out 5 times.
Hernandez drills one, left field, forget about it. Dodgers strike first in a loud way.
What were you saying, Mo, about that home run problem for Scherzer?
Well, Teoscar Hernandez looking for the good swing, had a good pitch, and he did both.
Back to the top in Ohtani. Started this game with a double, and in this postseason, really, it's that huge Game 4 of the championship series with the 3 home runs, 174 outside of that. Comes back in. It's lifted to deep right field. Towards the corner. Goodbye. Ohtani goes deep. And the Dodgers lead Game 3 on a pair of solo home runs, 2-0.
Now with runners on 1st and 3rd and 1 out, Alejandro Kirk is up. He has the most recent Blue Jay hit in this game. A knock to right field in the 2nd.
Breaking ball, drilled to left center field. Pages going back. He's at the track. He's at the wall. It's gone. Kirk has changed Game 3 with a 3-run shot.
3-run missile. Alejandro Kirk and the Blue Jays lead in the top of the 4th, 3-2.
Mason Fluharty, the lefty, brought in, and he really has one job in this World Series: to handle the Dodgers' big lefties of Ohtani and Betts. He has done that in his young career facing Shohei.
A breaking ball is drilled to left center field, slicing towards the gap. Up against the wall. Hernandez headed home. There is no throw. It's a ringing double from Ohtani. Looking for a base hit here to tie up Game 3.
Freeman pulls it. Fair ball down the line. Beyond a diving Guerrero. Ohtani's going to score. We are tied at 4 here in Game 3. Freddie Freeman comes through.
This is why John Schneider has him in the lineup for situations like this. He's not going to try to do too much. He's just going to try to get something into the gap and score Vladimir Guerrero from first base. What a moment for him. It's a tough at-bat for Blake Treinen.
Bichette sprays it down the right field line, fair ball. Ricochets off the sidewall into shallow right. Vladdy around second and third. He gets the wave. Teoscar Hernandez with the throw home. He's safe! Offline, and he reached the hand in.
Nobody on base, one out. Obviously, a lot of people would question if you pitch around Shohei Ohtani. Why would you do that with one out, nobody on? You don't want to put the tying run on base, but again, he's a unicorn, a lot like Aaron Judge, a lot like Cal Raleigh, where he can miss-hit a baseball and go deep and tie this ball game.
He is 7 for his last 7 at Dodger Stadium with 5 home runs.
And Ohtani is just the second player in the history of the World Series to come up with 4 extra base hits in one game. He ties it at 5. What a crazy game Game 3 of the World Series has been. Lifted high down the right field line. Moving forward, Lucas. Moving back, Guerrero. Lucas into foul territory to make the catch. And this game isn't ending yet. Nathan Lucas is up now. They don't need him to knock in the runner on first and Schneider. Just pass the baton to Vladdy behind him.
And Lucas pulls it down the right field line. It's down into the corner. Fair ball. Teoscar Hernandez digging one out. It's a green light for Schneider. Here's the relay home. Edmonds throw. Smith has it to tag. He's out! Perfect relay! Teo, Tommy, Will out of the play. He inherits the bases loaded. 2 outs in the top of the 12th. This could be the last time you see Clayton Kershaw on a big league mound. Chopped to the right side of the infield. Edman charging in the glove. Ball flip to Freeman. They got him in time. What a play by Tommy Edman as Clayton Kershaw leaves them loaded. Bases loaded. 2 outs in the 13th. Tied at 5.
Hit high, center field. Marchot backpedaling onto the track. He makes the catch. 14th inning coming up. The great escape by Eric Lauer. 5-5, Game 3 of the World Series. First and second now with 2 outs. And it's another opportunity for Mookie Betts, who has had a lot of them in this game, to try and win it for the Dodgers.
Now Brendan Little has to lock back in. Mookie Betts, premier hitters in this league, as we know.
Popped up. First base foul. Vladdy over the chalk. Makes the grab. How about we tie the major league record in a World Series and go to the 18th.
2 on, 2 out, Tyler Heineman, the backup catcher. 72nd pitch for a guy who had never thrown more than 30.
Stop from Will Klein lets out a roar, and Dodger Stadium gives it right back to him. 4 heroic innings out of the bullpen for Will Klein. 3, 4, and 5 due up for the Dodgers. 5-5, both teams with 5 runs and 15 hits. The Blue Jays have stranded 19, the Dodgers 18. Freddie Freeman leading off against the lefty Brendan Little. They've played 2. The Dodgers want to finish it right here.
Freeman sends a fly ball to center field. Marshall's going back before the catch. Strikes me. Freeman has ended it. It's a repeat hero with the last run on a Game 3 classic.
Freddie Freeman, Mr. World Series, ends the marathon at midnight.
We're going to focus on everything. We're going to get into the nuts and bolts of everything. But I wanted to break down a Hollywood script, kind of one battle after another, and give love to 3 parts. 3 actors, maybe a little bit of a supporting cast. And guys, we got to start with Ohtani. It's absolutely ridiculous what he's done. Can I just say this? His last 2 games at Dodger Stadium, he is 7 for 7. With 7 extra base hits, 5 bombs, 2 doubles, 6 RBIs, and 6 walks. Oh, and by the way, he threw 6 scoreless innings, allowed 2 hits, and punched out 10. He's going to get on the bump tonight. It's the second game with 12 total bases this postseason. Only other with 2 in a postseason career is the Bambino. It's getting out of control. He's Barry Bonds, but a #1 starter. And I think we get numb to it. And these at-bats, Christopher Sanchez, Jesus Luzardo, these lefties that put him in a kind of a little bit of a funk, he finally broke out of it. You want to talk about getting to an inside pitch. Now, we talked earlier, and Scherzer had good velocity, but Shohei's going up there saying to himself, I'm not going to get beat in with the fastball, so I can kind of sit in between. These are the at-bats, though, the Fluharty at-bats. You go back to Game 1. He punched out against Fluharty. His tush was in his dugout. He was reaching for the baseball. He was kind of confused as to where the plate is. 3-2, breaking ball up top, chest high. He allows himself to get jammed and still strong enough to drive it out the other way. And that's the beauty for me right here. The ability to move the ball all parts of the field. He was starting to get a little pull conscious, trying not to get beat in. And you see this unbelievable swing. He could do it to the pull side. He could do it opposite field. Devin, if you want to pause it right here and want to bring up the highest slug by direction, it's crazy. 2025 season, including the postseason. To the pull side, it's Cal Raleigh at the top, and then Shohei Ohtani slots in at #4, and then straight opposite field. There he is in third place. Yeah, but none of those guys punch out 10.
You bring up an excellent point.
Yeah, okay. And get treated like, well, Judge gets treated like Barry Bonds. Let's get back into the tape. Because I don't know, we got a little spray chart. It's all parts. We're putting up plaques. You know what I'm saying? They're putting up plaques here. We're sitting here being marveled. There's icons hitting right behind him that are going to be first ballot Hall of Famers, and they're just marveling at what he's able to do. And then you could say what you want, pick your spots. I don't know if he gets to swing the bat the rest of the series. Lauren, here it is, Act 2. We talked about it yesterday. It was plus 370 if Freddie Freeman was going deep. And it's death taxes and Freddie Freeman. And talk about making in-at-bat adjustments. Kind of stacking swings on top of each other. He was not happy right here. You could tell these pop-ups, he's super rotational. This is not what Freddie Freeman normally does. He is a line drive over the shortstop's head. That front shoulder, you can see nodding his head. His upper half is very rotational. Even on that double, kind of smothering that slider, top hand over the top. But what he was able to do, the greats are able to do, is take one swing. You see him against Jeff Hoffman, starting to stay up the middle the other way. One swing bleeds to the next. Fly out, still chapped. Eventually, Eric Lauer is going to come into this game, and he's going to hit a fly out to center field at an exit velocity of about 104 miles an hour. And it seemed to unlock him. Once he starts to play through the big part of the field, this is Freddie Freeman when he's going right. 3-2, gets a pitch he can handle, doesn't try and pull it, stays up the middle the other way. You can see the fly out, getting rotational with the top hand. The home run, stay with that bottom hand, drive it out to center field. Just absolutely gorgeous in-game, in-at-bat adjustments. He had been struggling against the fastball, $1.60. Entering Game 3, 6 for 20 on non-fastballs. The thing I noticed about Freddie last night, the battle within himself to back up the heater. He was kind of catching everything a little bit out front and looking like his timing wasn't right. Let's go into the third guy. Hey. Act 3 is this beast. Wow. And we're going to give love to the entire Dodger bullpen because they were fantastic. The circle of trust definitely grew. I'm going to give Will Smith a ton of credit for blocking baseballs that Roki Sasaki was spiking second and third, nobody out. I mean, the list goes on and on. Emmett Sheehan, Clayton Kershaw was heroic, taking a chance. But the story was Will Klein. I mean, people, look at the reaction from his dugout. He goes 4 innings. He punches out 5. He would have thrown till his arm fell off. And when my man, the translator, walked up to Mark Breyer, I was trying to read lips and basically said, Yamamoto's willing to do anything. He became my favorite player. But Will Klein, look at this. Owning the moment, smiling, asking for them to come out and clean his cleats. Unfazed.
I thought about that kid cleaning his cleats for him. I thought, what a moment for
Here,
him.
get on this, buddy. Right here. No, you do it. I'm in the World Series Game 3. I have no idea how I got here. It's an out-of-body experience, but I throw 98 with a Bugs Bunny breaking ball. Look at Kike giving him the love right there. So just a heroic effort all around.
When we come back 2 wins away from their second consecutive World Series title, we see Los Angeles bend but not break. More highlights and analysis from a historic World Series after the break on Path to the Championship. Welcome back to Path to the Championship, presented by Extreme Networks. After taking a 2-1 lead in dramatic fashion, the Dodgers quickly found themselves in another hole, losing both games 4 and 5. As the series shifted back to Toronto, the Blue Jays were in the driver's seat. With the Dodgers' backs against the wall, they would once again turn to Yoshinobu Yamamoto.
Well, the Dodgers are in their 23rd World Series. This is the 8th time that they enter Game 6 down 3-2. They're trying to win Game 6 from that position for the first time to force a 7th decisive game tomorrow night. And John, it was overshadowed by how good Yamamoto was in Game 2, but Kevin Gausman, he retired 17 straight at one point in that game, pitched into the 7th inning for the first time in his postseason career.
He was fantastic, and he came out of the chute throwing a lot of fastballs. I would expect that might be changed just a little bit.
2-2, and he strikes out Ohtani to start Game 6. One away, Will Smith. There's he sticking with the splitter. Back-to-back Ks. 2 out of the first.
He got him! Kevin Gausman skips off the hill. He just punched out the side in the top of the first.
Yeah, and now you look at the splitters in this series. The Dodgers are 1 for 27. Something's got to change. You can't keep swinging the same pitch over and over.
Tommy Edman down the line, and the first base runner for the Dodgers will be Tommy Edman. Extra bases here in the 3rd, a winning double.
There's some boos, but a lot of fans here are clapping, and I just don't know how you could justify pitching to that guy. It has nothing to do with Will Smith, who is a really good hitter. Shohei Ohtani is essentially an alien who has been dropped here to dominate baseball.
So 1st and 2nd, and it's up to Will Smith.
I'm going to keep betting on Mookie hitting behind Shohei, and if they keep giving him opportunities, I know he's going to come through.
Dodgers do not have a hit with a runner in scoring position since the 5th inning of Game 3. Is it Smith? Hooked down the left field line towards the corner. It is a fair ball. Will Smith delivers a 2-out double. Tommy Edman's in to score, and the Dodgers are on the board first in Game 6.
In an opening statement made from the Dodgers in Game 6.
They stayed back on a breaking ball. So if you look at this lineup, a lot of changes, including Will Smith moving to number 2 spot, hitting behind Ohtani.
That was fair, Mo, by maybe a couple of feet. Bounced just in front of the wall, right of the foul line. Enough to give the Dodgers the first run of the game.
Takes ball 4 to load the bases. And how about this? Mookie Betts comes up with the bases loaded. First walk of this game issued by Kevin Gausman. And Mookie Betts, we talked about it coming into the World Series. A lot of things are going to funnel to him with him hitting second. The way that they've handled Shohei Ohtani, well, in the cleanup spot, things are designed to funnel to you. They're 0 for their last 13 with the bases loaded, and Betts in the postseason has left 24 men on base.
I've just been terrible. I wish it was from lack of effort. I really do, but it's not, so I don't have any answers.
Dave Roberts said to him yesterday, hey, drop it all. Drop the baggage. Go be good for one game. Bases loaded, 2 gone, 3rd inning. Base hit left field. Ohtani's in to score. Here comes Will Smith. Throw to the plate's not in time. Betts breaks through, and so do the Dodgers. Oh, an exhale and the monkey off his back. The Dodgers lead Gausman and the Blue Jays 3-0.
Well, you can credit also with the confidence that Dave Roberts had in watching Mookie Betts batting practice yesterday, talking to him. Where is he from a mental standpoint? Is he ready to accept a big battle being in the number 4 spot of the lineup? Well, the answer, yes to this point. And for the Dodgers here in the third inning, this is a wonderful start. But, fellas, don't let your foot off the accelerator.
The first walk in 15 innings in this World Series.
Table set for Dalton Varsho, who is 0 for 2, grounded into a double play his last time up.
The 1-2 pitch. He struck him out.
Yoshinobu Yamamoto executes his trademark pitch, gets his 6th strikeout of the game to finish the 6th inning.
Dave Roberts holding his breath, hoping that his bullpen can get through this. Yamamoto hoping that his fellow countrymen can get through the bottom of the order here. Kirk Barger and Clement coming up, and what a series this has been. What a tight, intense Game 6 it's been.
2-strike pitch, and he hit him. Plunked him with a splitter, and Alejandro Kirk goes down to first. You imagine Dave Roberts will check and see if it hit the bat. It was an odd noise, but I think it was the sound of plastic or bone.
And now the batter will be Addison Barger with Straw at first. Barger's the tying run.
Deep center field. Dean on the run. Just get there. It wedges in the bottom of the wall, and it's a dead ball. It's a dead ball. The umpire's hands are up, and the runners will head to second and third. It'll be second and third, nobody out.
A little unfortunate for the Blue Jays that ball wedged right there.
And heads up play by Justin Dean to throw his hands up, because as soon as he reaches in there to play it, they lose the right for that to be a dead ball.
Sasaki is out.
Ernie Clement coming up. Barger is the tying run in this game, and Miles Straw is on third ahead of him. Ernie Clement is the World Series winning run against Tyler Glasnow, who comes in here to pitch in relief.
First pitch swinging, little flare right side of the infield, right at Freddie Freeman. 1 pitch, 1 out for Glasnow. 1 gone in the 9th inning. The runners hold. Now the number 9 hitter, the left-handed hitter, Andreas Jimenez.
George Springer is on deck. The Dodgers 2 outs from Game 7. The Blue Jays 1 swing from a World Championship. Jimenez floats one, left field. Hernandez makes the catch. Back to second. Game 7 tomorrow night. It's a game-ending double play. Kike Hernandez to Miguel Rojas. And baseball moves to November. Unreal. What a game, what a series, what a season of baseball.
The 2 best words in sports, folks. Game 7.
A thrilling game-ending double play sent the 2025 World Series to a Game 7. That's up next when Path to the Championship returns. Welcome back to Path to the Championship, presented by Extreme Networks. With a fate-deciding Game 7 in Toronto ahead, it would be an all-hands-on-deck effort from the Dodgers. Los Angeles turned to Shohei Ohtani on 3 days' rest to take the bump.
First and third with 1 away. Bichette comes up. Pick your poison right here. Dave Roberts will choose Bo Bichette, and it might seem like an easy decision, but Bo Bichette was the best hitter in baseball this year with runners in scoring position. He hit .380, and even though he missed the last month of the regular season, drove in 10 more runs than anybody else on the team.
His pitch to Bichette. Swinging a fly ball. Center field. Edmund back. Looking up. That ball's gone! A blast from Bo Bichette, and the Blue Jays start the scoring in Game 7. A 3-run homer. It's 3-0, bottom of the third.
Bo Bichette was trying to lift something to the outfield, and boy, did he lift something to the outfield. What a swing from Bo Bichette. Tommy Edman, the center fielder, just turned and watched that thing fly out of here. Bo Bichette took about 3 or 4 slow steps to first base. What a moment for him. This place is absolutely rocking.
Who needs to run full speed when you can jog around the bases? Bichette's first home run of the postseason is a monumental 3-run blast.
Springer got a base hit. Lucas sacrificed it. They put Vladdy on, and Bo knows it's gone. Man, he can enjoy that one.
442 feet.
And now Ohtani is out of this ball game, walking back to the Dodger dugout.
Tyler Glasnow, who took over with 2 out in the 4th inning. And has not given up a run so far, trying to give his offense time to get back into the game. On a 3-1 pitch. Has another base hit, another multi-hit game.
29 postseason hits.
There goes Clement from first. They'll take it. 3-2. Jimenez. Into right center field. Hernandez will not get there. And it's 4-2 Blue Jays. Andres Jimenez out of the 9th spot one more time.
You don't count outs when you're starting. You're counting outs when you come in on a relief. So big out. Maybe that settles him down a little bit.
He's counting outs. All of Canada's counting outs. They are 8 of them away from their first World Championship in 32 years.
2-1 pitch. Chop toward first. Vladdy gloves. Throws to second. 1. Throw back to first. Double play. 3-6-3. The Blue Jays lead 4-2 in the 7th inning stretch. 6 outs away from the World Series.
I'm a little bit surprised that Savage is still in this ball game, just because he didn't have great command of his stuff in that first inning. I'm sure the nerves have settled just a little bit, and he'll try to fill that strike zone up a little bit more than he did in that first inning.
One away in the 8th. Max Muncy has been on twice in Game 7.
It's the 1-1 pitch. Muncy launches in the air, deep right field. This ball is gone! Off the ribbon inside the foul net here in Toronto. We are within a run. The Dodgers down 4-3 on a long home run from Max Muncy.
Imperative to get Rojas. Ohtani is the on-deck hitter, and you want him up where the worst-case scenario is he ties the game.
Yeah, you don't want Ohtani being the go-ahead run. You have to get Miguel Rojas here.
You do not mind giving up a hit right here, but it cannot be a ball 4, and then Ohtani comes to the plate.
Payoff. Drilled to left field and deep, and gone! No way! Miguel Rojas! It's gone, and Game 7 is tied! Miguel Rojas off the bench in Game 6, on the board in Game 7. Dave Roberts played his gut. The guy hadn't had a hit in a month. And in the 9th inning of Game 7, he's hit a tying home run. The most unlikely source has changed Game 7. It's tied at 4. Rojas has given the Dodgers life.
Yoshinobu Yamamoto, one night after throwing 96 pitches, in with 1 out in the bottom of the 9th. First and second for the Blue Jays. 4-4 score. Alejandro Kirk looking for a base hit that could win the World Series. Inside and hit him. Kirk hit by the pitch, and the bases are loaded. And the World Series winning run 90 feet away from home. Infield in, outfield in for the Dodgers. 4-4. Bases loaded, 1 out. Dalton Varsho set to hit.
Andy Pages replaces Tommy Edman. Getting the stronger arms out there. Room for air gone for Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Bases loaded, 1 away. Varsho. Roller to second. Rojas comes home in time. And it's Miguel Rojas who ties it in the top of the 9th. Saves it in the bottom of the 9th. 2 out.
There was a brief stumble from Rojas at second base, but he recovered, planted, and threw home, and Kiner Falefa is deemed out.
Ernie Clement has collected more hits in this postseason than any hitter in any postseason. If he can get 1 more, his name will live forever. Fly ball to left field. Hernandez on the run with Pages over his head. Pages runs him over, makes the catch, sends Game 7 to the 10th.
Oh my gosh, we're going to extra innings. A Yamamoto miracle in the 9th.
Well, they put Pages in there for his throwing arm, the defense, because Kike Hernandez was playing shallow. He was going to have no chance to go back and get that ball. And the Dodgers, with bases loaded and 1 out, come up with 2 sparkling plays to take it to the 10th in Game 7.
What are the chances? Both teams bases loaded, 1 out, and neither scores.
2 quick outs for Bieber on 3 pitches.
Smith is 1 out of 5. Doubled and scored the first Dodger run. Smith hits a high fly ball to deep left field. It's got a chance. It is gone. It's Will Smith in Game 7. And in the 11th inning of Game 7, the Dodgers lead for the first time.
Smith lets it fly and breaks the tie in Game 7 as number 16 stays clutch.
What a, I just got done saying that somebody's going to be remembered. It could be Will Smith.
Second home run of the postseason. He won Game 2 with a home run against Kevin Gausman. And if the Dodgers can get 3 more outs, it'll win Game 7. Yoshinobu Yamamoto tries to go the final 2+ innings and make Will Smith's home runs stand up.
And Alejandro Kirk coming up to the plate.
And they will play back for the double play ball just based on his speed.
2 hits in the game for Kirk. Tying run on third in Vladdy. Winning run on first in Barger.
Here's the 0-2 pitch. Kirk bounces one up the middle. Bats to the back. Over to first to beat the champ. You gotta knock him out. The Dodgers stand tall and win back-to-back titles.
From backs against the wall to back-to-back, the Dodgers cement their dynasty. The Dodgers become the first team in Major League Baseball in 25 years to repeat as World Series champions.
Coming up, we hear from a celebratory Dodgers clubhouse. Next on Path to the Championship. Welcome back to Path to the Championship, presented by Extreme Networks. The Dodgers celebration went into the early morning hours in Toronto. Let's hear from your 2025 world champions.
Oh my gosh, I think that game had every single thing you could possibly have. Just an absolutely incredible game, incredible series, a grind for both teams. You know, it's back-to-backs is so hard to do, and to be able to pull that off and be a part of the group that does it, it's absolutely incredible. And I'm just so happy that Clayton Kershaw is a 3-time champ.
This whole month of postseason is just such a crazy feeling. I'll have like fever dreams at night, wake up and just think about playing, and it's just such an amazing feeling to come out on top and to win. And the nerves, it's such a privilege to feel those feelings, and just the ups and downs are so heavy, but it's such an amazing feeling. And I'm just so proud of Yama, so proud of the team. Mickey hitting that homers was incredible. Will coming out, hitting the homer. It was just such a sick game.
You know, I could go home right now and I would be happy for the rest of my life. I don't have to play one more baseball game after this. But this organization and this team make you want to continue to go and fight for the fans and fight for the franchise and fight for everybody. And that's what we have right here.
To do what we've done in this span of time is pretty remarkable. And I guess I'll let the pundits and all the fans talk about if it's a dynasty or not. But I'm pretty happy with where we're at.
How do you describe what Yoshinobu Yamamoto did tonight?
I don't know if you can. I mean, that's just true. There's not another word. That's just balls. That's all it is. He's just got big balls, man. It's unbelievable.
That's all the time we have on Path to the Championship, presented by Extreme Networks. Congratulations to the 2025 World Series champion Los Angeles Dodgers. I'm Greg Caserta, and we'll see you next time.